So, JoJo Siwa's Rebrand is going about as well as a glitter bomb in a microwave. Just when we thought she had finally settled into one version of herself, bam! New hair, new music, new identity crisis unlocked. It's honestly like watching someone try on personalities like their Shein outfits. Just fast, confusing, and low quality. One week she's a rainbow-drenched gay icon, the next she's claiming the community pressured her into coming out. But before we unravel the train wreck that is JoJo Siwa version 8.0, we need to rewind because this isn't just a flop. This is a multi-year identity implosion cooked up by a branding team who clearly hasn't touched grass since 2016. Because the thing is, long before JoJo became a walking PR disaster, she was a pin-sized glitter grenade on Dance Moms. She had more energy than a Red Bull Ivy drip and was clearly being primed for stardom before she could even spell career. Her mom wasn't just raising a daughter, she was assembling a child star Voltron. And by the time JoJo hit Nickelodeon, she had built a pastel empire filled with bows, lunchboxes, toothbrushes, you name it, her face was on it. And sure, it was a little cringe, but the kids loved her, parents maybe not so much, but the money, the money was rolling in. Then she grew up, and suddenly JoJo didn't want to be the sparkly bow girl anymore. She wanted to be edgy, cool, grown, and somewhere in that chaotic transition, she lost the plot, and most of her audience. Now, at first, she came out as part of the LGBTQ+ community, chopped the ponytail, embraced the new look, and became what was meant to be a fresh voice for gay teens everywhere. And for a minute, she actually had the girlies, the gays, the theys in a chokehold. But then, in typical JoJo fashion, she took it too far. She started calling herself the inventor of gay pop.
I wanted to start a new genre of music, and they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop.
Yep, not Lady Gaga, not Elton John, nor Freddie Mercury, JoJo Siwa. The same girl who once sang about boomerangs and wore candy necklaces like body armor. And instead of letting her music speak for itself, she shouted, "I'm edgy now," while releasing a song called Karma that sounded like a Black Mirror parody of a pop star. And let's not forget, she bought the song from someone else and acted like it was her baby. You can't claim to invent a genre and then outsource the music. That's like calling yourself a chef while Uber Eats in every meal. But anyway, things really went off the rails when JoJo started to publicly backtrack on every identity she marketed so hard. After building her brand on being a loud and proud lesbian, she suddenly hit us with a plot twist that she's not actually lesbian, she's queer.
I'm not lesbian, I'm queer. What? And I think that's really cool.
And apparently she only said that she was lesbian because the LGBTQ+ community pressured her into it. So let's get this straight. No pun intended. One minute she's waving rainbow flags, the next she's allegedly cheating on her girlfriend on national TV and linking up with a dude like it's a plot twist in Riverdale. I don't know, at this point it's not just confusing, it's whiplash, the kind that makes your neck file for a lawsuit. But let's dig into the details here because this is the exact point where things got real messy, fast. So, turns out this all started when JoJo decided to join the reality show Celebrity Big Brother UK as a part of a mature rebrand. And by mature I mean chaotic, because halfway through the season she started flirting with a straight dude named Chris Hughes, while her non-binary partner was waiting for her back home. So yes, it was messy, yes the internet clocked it instantly, and yes, this is when she doubled down on camera, saying she's not a lesbian anymore, and that she only said she was because she felt pressured. And now, as if her personal drama wasn't chaotic enough, she then tried to resurrect her music career by releasing a cover of Betty Davis' Eyes. And when I say cover, I mean strangled by autotune until it begged for mercy. Because people genuinely thought the song was AI generated. One person said she sounded like a haunted Furby, another asked if the track was an anti-smoking PSA. The comments weren't just savage, they were poetry. And her TikTok teasing the song pulled in over 22 million views, but only 400k likes, which sounds decent until you realize the top 2 comments have more likes than the actual video itself. So that's not engagement, that's just digital intervention. And the wildest part, JoJo's not slowing down. Nope, she's doubling down, more TikToks, more chaotic outfits, more music that sounds like it was filtered through a malfunctioning vape. But her whole vibe now is rejected backup dancer from a pride parade in The Sims, because right now she's alienated her gay fan base, confused the straight ones, and lost the child audience entirely. So at this point, nobody's watching JoJo Siwa because they like her music. They're watching because it feels like a public meltdown disguised as performance art. We've literally gone from live, laugh, love to lick, gyrate, disintegrate. But the real scandal, that came from Rolling Stone, who dropped a bomb about JoJo and her girl group XOMG Pop. Turns out the kids in her girl group were allegedly being overworked, forced to perform while injured, and treated like glitter-coated robots. One girl reportedly danced with a spinal surgery wound. Another had to slap on a maxi pad to avoid bleeding through her costume mid-show, while JoJo's mom was allegedly behind all the chaos, telling these literal children things like they deserve nothing. So, while JoJo was out here reinventing herself as the patron saint of gay pop, her brand was being exposed for exploiting minors. And let's be honest, at this point, JoJo and her mom are basically the glitter-coated Kris Jenners of child labor. Which, I mean, after all of this, begs the question, what's the plan now? Because JoJo's music is flopping, her LGBTQ fanbase is checked out, her brand is tainted by exploitation allegations, and the general public, they're somewhere between confused and horrified.
What the hell is even that?
Because she's not the edgy rebel her team tried to sell, she's not the kid pop princess anymore, and she's certainly not the face of gay pop empowerment she once claimed to be. So what we're watching isn't a rebrand, it's a slow public unraveling of someone who has never given space to just be. It's giving career fatigue, identity confusion, and PR in turn holding on by a thread. And the worst part, none of this had to happen. If JoJo had just taken a beat, figured out who she really was instead of hopping from one aesthetic to the next for clicks, then maybe this whole mess wouldn't be so embarrassing. So yeah, JoJo Siwa's rebrand isn't just a disaster, it's pretty much a warning label because JoJo's gone through more brand phases than a Starbucks holiday cup. But what do you think? Can JoJo come back from this, or is this her final form? The Gen Z version of Rebecca Black, just with worse PR. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.